Hello all. It's Dragon Keeper 19600. Last weekend, when I did my reactions videos of the season 2 premiere, Transformers Prime, I said I would do a reaction video. Well, it's like, 4 days later, and I've decided to finally do it. Not really because I really feel like I want to, but because in the excitement of last week's episode, I said that I would, so here I'd feel kind of bad if I didn't follow up on that, so here I am, giving my opinion of the episode. At a remove stance, I've seen it like a few days ago. It was pretty exciting, but now I think I can look at it from more of a objective view. More of an objective view, not a completely objective view. But anyway, I guess this is technically an episode review, but I don't really want to call it that because I'm not really reviewing. I'm just giving my thoughts, first impressions, etc. After I watched the episode with my commentary, I did go back and watch it mostly silently. Usually when I watch things, I find myself making comments. It's a hazard of being a Rick Tracks fan. But anyway, so yeah, I watched it. I feel like this episode was pretty good way to start the season. It was good. It wasn't awesome. Like, maybe it's from hype. Me personally hyping it up. I don't get the hub, so I don't know how much they hyped it up there, but there was a Decepticon symbol next to the hub logo, so I'm guessing they hyped it up a lot. I thought, I didn't think it would be better, but maybe I was expecting more, and I guess more will come as the story progresses, because it does seem to be building up to some big climax or payoff, and I'm looking forward a lot to seeing that. Really looking forward to seeing that, sorry. I can't talk. And, yeah, but I feel like the scene through Arcee ducking through the Nemesis was a really good scene. Just the whole thing, Arcee finding her way in and then failing ultimately, that was really good. That's movie stuff. I mean, if that scene was in a movie, I think it would work. The scene of the Autobots bickering in the base after Optimus is gone, like, what do we do? I don't know, stop yelling at me, you shut up. You know, that scene happens a lot in Transformers fiction, I've noticed. I think it started with Beast Wars, where like in a tense emotional moment, the good guys aren't perfect saints. They like get angry and they yell and they play the blame game, and you know, it's something that comes from not being perfect heroes, but from just being, well, not human beings, but living beings and souls who are frantic and don't know what to do. And I think that's a good moment always. They did this in Armada. Actually, people were really angry in Armada when Optimus... this isn't spoilers for anyone who's seen anything Transformers, but Optimus dies in Armada. Yeah. And afterwards, everyone's like blaming each other and bickering, like, what do we do now? I don't know. You know, that kind of thing. And it's pretty much happened consistently since Beast Wars. That conflict happened. It happened in animated several times. Animated is notable because Optimus wasn't even missing when that happened in that show. They were just bickering at each other because actually Optimus was the source of a lot of it in that one, which I guess is because Optimus was young and inexperienced there. So that's what that is. So anyway, back to the Prime episode. Yeah, I didn't feel like it was as great as it would, and here are some of my criticisms. I feel like at first the reaction to Optimus basically being stolen. I mean, that's how I viewed it when I first saw the episode. I'm like, what was it, October, September? Like, they stole Optimus! That's the way it seemed to me. Like, Megatron just took him. And you know, the idea that their leader is being led somewhere, like, against the will he would have normally, and is possibly being brainwashed, they didn't really seem to react to it much at first. I guess you could argue it was just sinking in, but they didn't have the look of someone who's shell-shocked. They just looked like, oh, this is annoying. You know, but later it built up, and they got more angry and blaming each other. So, yeah, but, like, Ratchet has known Optimus for a long time. It's pretty obvious in their previous interactions, and it's like, well, shouldn't you react more strongly to this? I mean, your best friend thinks you're evil. He doesn't know that, but, like, you know... It seemed like they should be less worried, but they got more worried later on. And anyway, I guess they were trying to avoid having heroes that just mope and stuff, which can be, like, the plot grinds to a halt if you have that. So I guess they were trying to avoid that. I guess you can make those arguments. I still feel like it would have been improved if they'd reacted more at first. Maybe. That's just my perspective. I'm not a professional writer. Maybe it'd be worse if they reacted right away, but that's just my 2 cents. Another thing is, what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh, yes, yeah. The Decepticons, the way they treat Orion Pax is like, here, do this thing for us, and they shut him in the back room. He's useful to them because he's an archivist, not because he's, Optimus Prime. Like, why don't they use him as leverage to get stuff from the Autobots? Like, give us this or we'll kill him. Maybe that's coming up. They don't seem to be doing it now. And, like, Megatron is still kind of, it struck me as kind of cold towards Optimus, which I guess is understandable. But he's trying to fool him into thinking, like, he's still his close friend, so I don't know. And, like, one thing that is like, the Decepticons in this know they're the bad guys. And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. Because I remember in Animated, the Decepticons didn't think they were the bad guys. Megatron, somewhere in his brain, thought he was doing the right thing. He's like, we're going to reclaim our rightful homeland, and we are the heroes and the Autobots are the oppressors, and that's what they honestly believed, and all their actions were based around that. And Megatron's whole thing was like, he was like an extremist. It's like, well, it doesn't matter how many people die as long as we achieve our ultimate goal of going home. And it was like that. Here, Megatron seems aware that he's evil. And maybe if you have sharp teeth, because he seemed to have sprouted them overnight, if that flashback is anything to go by, that you maybe just realize that maybe I'm a bad guy. And he was working for Unicron the Destroyer. But even so, it's like Megatron knew there was a matter of time before Optimus realized that he was on the bad side. And it's like, should you really be thinking that way? I mean, shouldn't you think that you are the good side? Shouldn't you be trying to convince him that, no, they really are evil. I want this, and this is why. You should listen to me. Maybe it could be changed, or I don't know, maybe not, but, try that. Like, animated Megatron maybe would have tried that, but if animated Megatron had any friends, which I seriously doubt, I don't think he cares about that. But, yeah. So, that's it. Well, that's not it, but that's it for what really bothered me about the episode. Everything else, pretty cool. Soundwave warping out Arcee was pretty cool. I like the fact that Arachnid's being put in her place, because I've said this already in my reaction video. I don't like Arachnid that much. Not that she's a bad character. Someone's like, Arachnid doesn't suck. Well, she doesn't suck, I guess. Not really. She's a good character. She's scary, She's like this recurring nemesis for Arcee. I don't think a female character in Transformers has ever had a nemesis. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's something that happens often. And the dynamic is really scary and really creepy. It's like, it's kind of got sexual overtones. I don't know if that was intentional, but it had to have been. I mean, really, she's got her tied up once, it's like looming over her. It's very tarantulous-y. I like the fact that she was being put in her place. Like, Megatron's like, I know everything goes on this ship, Arachnid. Everything. Okay. I also love that Starscream's back. I think it's a rule in Transformers fiction now that Starscream has to go missing for a little while, because this happened in Animated, and I haven't seen Cybertron, but I think it happened there too, where Starscream was just shoved to the side, and people focus on other things, and then he comes back, it's like, oh yeah, I'm still here, hi. I kind of want to know, what I'm hoping for in this arc coming up is what Starscream's been up to. Like, what's he been doing? Has he been... like, where has he been getting energy? Is he just now running out? Has he flown around? Has he left the planet? Has he made contact? He mentioned some Energon Seekers that he used to be a group of. Has he made contact with them? Is he planning revenge, or is he just living a solitary existence? He seemed to break into the place to Decepticons just to steal cubes. He seemed to be being escorted by some other guys. Were they really escorting him, or was he just following them and they're dumb and didn't notice? I don't know. I'd like to find out where he's been. I mean, has he been playing cards with Luna on the moon? I don't know. No one knows, and I'm pretty sure they're going to tell us, because, come on, it's probably a question in everyone's mind. I'm running out of time now, so yeah, that's my 2 cents on the first episode. I might not do this for every episode, but if you want me to, I will. Thank you for watching. Dragon Keeper 19600. See you this weekend for part 2.